Good morning, all of you. In this academic year 2021, I welcome all of you to the TYBSc chemistry class. You are well aware that you are having 6 theory subjects and 3 practicals. In these 6 theory subjects, we are going to deal with the basic subjects, that is physical, inorganic, and organic. Along with that, we are going to study analytical chemistry, industrial chemistry, and the optional subject, which is agricultural and dairy chemistry. You are well aware of the syllabus because all of my colleagues has given the syllabus in details. They have started teaching. I'm little bit late, but we will cover the syllabus as early as possible. So I'm going to deal with the subject, that is organic chemistry. We are going to study this subject in 2 semesters. In the first semester, that is the third semester of BSc course, semester 3, course number 3, that is CH 333, is your organic chemistry. Organic chemistry. You must have gone in the details of the syllabus as the soft copy of the syllabus was uploaded on your group. In this third semester, organic chemistry, we are in all having 6 topics. That is the strength of organic acids and bases, strength of organic acids and bases. In this, we are going to deal with what are organic acids, what are organic base, what are the different definitions according to the different theories, Lorentz and Bronsted theory, Arrhenius theory. And in the same way, we want to deal with the influence of the solvent on this different types of the acids. There are different types of saturated, unsaturated acids, some aromatic acids, phenol acts as an acid, some substituted acids. And so how we can distinguish between the 2 different types of acids or the 2 different types of bases. So the organic acids are the compounds which contains the carboxylic functional group, and bases are the compounds which contains the amino group. And so the different types of organic acids and bases, how they, what is the strength of these acids, and on what factors it depends. So the factors affecting the strength of the different acids and bases are the simple factors that you have studied right in from 12th standard. That is the inductive effect, resonance effect, inductive effect, which is studied as plus or minus I effect, then the resonance effect, resonance effect, it is plus and minus R effect. Then the third is your hyperconjugation, hyperconjugation. So these different factors which are affecting the strength of organic acids and bases, how it affects the strength, that we are going to deal in details in this topic. And you must be able to distinguish between the different types of acids and different types of bases and the strength of the different types of acids, how it is influenced or how it is decreased. The strength of organic acids and bases is decreased. That you are going to deal in details in this first topic. The second topic that you are going to study, that is the stereochemistry of disubstituted cyclohexane, disubstituted cyclohexane, cyclohexanes. So we have studied the stereochemistry of the different types of the open chain alkanes, that is the ethane, propane, and normal butane that you studied in FYBSc, which gives you the different types of conformations, like your eclipse conformation, staggered conformation, and in normal butane you are getting the 2 more conformation, that is the fully eclipse conformation and the skew conformation. Means how we can distinguish or how this stereochemistry affects the reactivity of the different organic molecules, that we studied in first year. And in second year also we studied the stereochemistry. And in that, we have studied the stereochemistry of cycloalkanes. Cycloalkanes, as like your open chain alkanes, cycloalkanes are also showing the different type of stereochemistry. So we studied the stereochemistry of cyclohexane. We decided that cyclohexane is the most stable cycloalkane, and so we studied this stereochemistry of cyclohexane. And in that, we studied cyclohexane contains in all, that is C6H12. It contains two types of hydrogens, that is axial hydrogens and equatorial hydrogens. It gives two different types of conformation, that is the chair conformation and boat conformation. In between, by flipping of the ring, there are the different types of conformations that are possible, that also we have studied. And then we studied the monosubstituted cyclohexane, the stereochemistry of monosubstituted cyclohexane. Then we also studied the stereochemistry of disubstituted cyclohexane, and we have studied the geometrical isomers of the disubstituted cyclohexane. But here in this class, that is the TYBSc, the same thing we are going to study, but it's going to be dealt in a detail. That what is the stereochemistry of the disubstituted cyclohexanes of the type, that is 1,1, 1,2 disubstituted cyclohexane, or 1,3 and 1,4 disubstituted cyclohexane. So in this, we are going to study that how these molecules are written, what is the chair conformation, how we can write the chair conformation of this, what are the possible geometrical isomers of these all different types of disubstituted cyclohexanes. Then we are going to study the optical isomerism of this cyclohexanes, or the conformations which are possible for this 1,2, 1,3 and 1,4 disubstituted cyclohexanes. And then we are going to compare them, the different types of conformations which will be obtained, and in this we are going to deal with the relative stabilities of the different isomers that are obtained, or the relative stability of the different geometrical isomers that are obtained in the disubstituted cyclohexane. So this is the thing, that means we are going to study the same syllabus is being continued further in the class 3rd, TYBSc. Then the third topic that we are supposed to study, that is the nucleophilic substitution at aliphatic carbon. Nucleophilic substitution. Nucleophilic substitution at aliphatic carbon. Now, we have dealt with the substitution reactions in the first year. Then what are the different types of substitution reactions? That is the electrophilic substitution, nucleophilic substitution reactions, and these substitution reactions are studied for the aliphatic compounds, or the compound which contains the aliphatic carbon. And so here we are going to deal in details with the nucleophilic substitutions at the aliphatic carbon. Now, while dealing with this nucleophilic substitution, what is nucleophile? How it is undergoing the substitution reactions? What type of substitution reactions are possible? And so, whatever the reactions that you studied in 12th standard, that is the SN1 and SN2, that is the SN1 and SN2, that is the substitution nucleophilic unimolecular and substitution nucleophilic bimolecular. So we are going to deal with this two different types of reactions in this topic. Here we will see what is the reaction, then what is the chemical kinetics of this reaction. The chemical kinetics means that is the rate of the reaction. Then we are going to deal with the mechanism of the reaction, and this is the main part that we are going to study. Last year we have studied the mechanism, we have taken the first look of the different types of nucleophilic substitution reactions in the SYBSc class. Now here we are going to deal in details with this mechanism, that how this nucleophile attacks, how the group that is leaving the molecule, substrate molecule, how it leaves, in which fashion it leaves. So we are going to study the mechanism of this reaction in detail, and after mechanism we are going to deal with the stereochemistry of the reaction. So what is the stereochemistry? Either this reaction gives inversion or it gives racemization. inversion in configuration or the retention in configuration. That is nothing but the configuration of the starting compound is either retained in the product or either it is inverted in the product, that we are going to study. And so in both these reactions, when we are studying the mechanism, what is the type of intermediate that is obtained in the reaction is to be studied. And so what are the different types of intermediates that are obtained? In SN1 reaction, we are getting the carbocation as an intermediate, so we are supposed to study the stability of the carbocation. And in SN2 reaction, we are getting a transition state, and how this transition state is formed in the reaction, and how this reaction proceeds with inversion in configuration, this proceeds with racemization. And so in detail we are going to deal with all these things. We are going to compare SN1 with SN2, and also we are going to study a new mechanism, that is SNI, that is substitution nucleophilic internal. And so this is all that we are going to study in the topic second. Then the third topic, that is the nucleophilic substitution at aliphatic carbon. Then the fourth topic that we are going to study is the topic that is the reactions of unsaturated hydrocarbons. Reactions of unsaturated hydrocarbons, that is the nothing but your alkanes and alkenes and alkynes. Unsaturated hydrocarbons and carbon oxygen double bond, and carbon oxygen double bond means here we are going to study the reactions of the carbonyl compounds. So in the reactions of unsaturated hydrocarbons, that is the alkenes and alkynes, means the compounds which contains carbon carbon double bond and which contains carbon carbon triple bond, and the compounds which contains carbon oxygen double bonds. And so here we are going to deal with the reactions of aldehydes and ketones. Here we are going to deal with the different types of reactions shown by the alkenes and alkynes. And so here, as these compounds are unsaturated, what type of reaction is given by this compound? And so we studied all these things from 11th standard till SYBSc, that these compounds, unsaturated compound, gives you the addition reactions, and this addition reactions takes place according to the Markovnikov's rule, and they can also take place according to the anti-Markovnikov's rule. So what is the difference between the Markovnikov's addition and anti-Markovnikov's addition that we are going to study? We are going to study the different types of reactions that are related to this. Then here we are going to study that what type of reactions are given by the carbon oxygen double bond, whether it is a addition reaction, and so if it is addition, what type of addition. So the different types of reactions shown by the carbon oxygen double bond, that also we are going to deal in details, and we are supposed to study the mechanisms of these reactions. We are not supposed to study the simple reactions. Here we are not going to learn hundreds of reactions. Here we are going to learn few reactions, but along with mechanism, that is nothing but the stepwise discussion of the reaction, starting from reactant towards the product, how it proceeds, and what are the factors that affect this reactivity of these molecules. So these are the things that we are going to study in this topic. Then the fifth topic, that is the elimination reaction. And in this elimination reactions, so how the here the addition of a smaller molecule is taking place across the carbon carbon double bond and triple bond, and here elimination reaction is nothing but by, in a saturated molecule, the atom, the two atoms or the group of atoms is removed from a molecule to give a unsaturated compound. Means from a saturated compound, here we are getting unsaturated compound. Here from a saturated compound we are getting unsaturated. Sorry, from unsaturated we are getting a saturated compound by addition reaction, and here we are getting a unsaturated compound from a saturated compound. And so in elimination reactions, the small molecule is removed from a bigger molecule. And so the elimination reaction, it proceeds with the different types of rules, and we have studied this elimination reactions under the heads, that is the Sedgwick's elimination and Hofmann's elimination. So which are the molecules that tends to give the Sedgwick's elimination, which are the molecules that tends to give the Hofmann's eliminations, what are, how this Sedgwick's elimination proceeds, why it proceeds, how it proceeds, that we are going to study, and Hofmann's elimination, how it proceeds, what is the mechanism of this reaction. So all this stepwise discussion we are going to deal it in this topic, that is the elimination reaction. And the last topic, that is the sixth topic that we are going to deal with, is the aromatic electrophilic and nucleophilic substitution. The sixth topic, that is the aromatic electrophilic and nucleophilic substitution. Aromatic electrophilic and nucleophilic substitution reaction. So we have studied the topic, that is benzene, in first year, and then we have studied the chemistry of the heterocyclic compounds in the last year, that is SYBSc. So in benzene, it is nothing but the aromatic compound. Why it is aromatic? That it obeys Huckel's rule. It contains the alternate double and single bonds and gives a substitution reaction rather than addition reactions. And so here we see that the aromatic electrophilic substitution, how the electrophile is formed. Means we have seen the simple reaction that when benzene is allowed to react with a mixture of concentrated nitric acid with concentrated sulfuric acid, we get the formation of a nitrobenzene. Means the hydrogen atom of the benzene is substituted by the nitro group. And how this substitution is taking place? Here we say that it's electrophilic substitution. So H is relieved as H plus. H is given out as H plus, and this NO2 is added as an electrophile, means it is getting substituted in place of hydrogen, and so this is also electrophilic in nature. And so how this electrophile is formed in combination with the concentrated sulfuric acid and nitric acid. And so this stepwise discussion of this reaction, starting from benzene and a mixture of nitrating mixture, that is the nitric acid plus sulfuric acid, with and gives you a product that is nitrobenzene. How this stepwise reaction proceeds, that we are going to study. So we are going to deal in this topic, we are going to deal with the stepwise discussions of all the reactions that are given by the aromatic compounds, that is nitration, sulfonation, halogenation, alkylation, acylation, and apart from that, the reaction of diazonium salt, and then the nucleophilic substitution. Because this is one of the new concept for you, that aromatic compounds gives nucleophilic substitution. So how they give nucleophilic substitution reactions, that we are going to deal in details with all these things. And so this is all regarding your syllabus of your TYBSc organic chemistry. And so from the next lecture, we will start with the details of the topics one by one. Thank you very much.